What's going on, everyone? It's spoiler time. So, jumping right into this, we have a rare from Rally to War, and that's Fleurtide of Avarice. So, we have seen this artwork. It's the artwork on the mat if you pre-order a case, which is like $800. So, I do know a few people that did that, and I mean, props to them, but that's still really steep to pay. But, anyways, she's a 6-drop blue creature with 6 attack, 6 endurance, and her effect is when this creature is summoned, draw 3 cards and discard 2 cards. So I feel like she's going to be really useful as more sets come out with the drawing and discarding. I mean, she pairs really well with Sanctuary Enforcer, where you draw 2 cards and discard 1 card. So I hope someday in the future we get a deck that revolves around that. So definitely going to try to pick some of these up and hold on to them until that time. But then she has another effect, which is when she's Dragocrossed with the blue dice, which is when this creature attacks, you may choose a spell from your discard pile and return it to your hand. So, because there is no second main phase after you attack, you'll have to wait another turn to use the spell, but the recycling ability is pretty nice. But with her being a 6-drop, you probably won't be playing this towards later in the game anyways. So, I'm not quite sure how useful this spell is that you're going to be adding back. I mean, it could be something like Hidden Arts, and then you could go in with and kill all your opponent's creatures with Assassin on the next turn. Maybe it'll be something like that. I mean, she is really good. I just don't see her potential right now. But anyways, moving on to the next one. We've got Gloss, Will of Steel. So this is another rare from Rally to War. She's a 3-drop red creature with 2 attack, 3 endurance. And her effect is when this creature is summoned, choose any number of opposing creatures and deal X damage divided as you choose among those creatures, where X is the number of your red creatures. So this really pushes a mono red deck. I mean, it works really well with Vylon. And so you can have up to 5 other red creatures when you summon this card. So she will be able to do at least 5 damage, so you're probably taking out 2 creatures. And since she's such a low cost to play, you could play her earlier on in the game and take out some of your opponent's 1s and 2s. But then she's also got a second ability, which is when she's Dragocrossed with the red dice. It's when this creature blocks, you may choose a creature or Drago Shield and deal 2 damage to it. So I do really like how she doesn't have to be destroyed to activate that effect, it's just when she blocks. Because she's going to have 4 endurance, so she might be surviving any attack. And if you combo that with Explosive Counter, she's going to be a 7-4 or 8-4. And yeah, she's not going to go down quite so easily. And she's probably going to take whatever was attacking it down anyways. So the part where you're going to do 2 damage is awesome because it cracks your opponent's weaker Drago shields. And early on in the game, your opponent's probably going to have a few 2 endurance or less creatures on the field. So I really like this card. Unlike Floor, I can see a lot of potential for this card early on in the game. As in, before other sets come out, not early game. But anyways, probably one of the coolest cards in terms of artwork that we've seen. I mean, I keep saying this in all the videos, but all the artwork just looks so awesome. I mean, props to all of the illustrators that they got. But next up, we've got Goblin made Avalanche, and we have seen this artwork revealed before. And it's a 3-drop, it's also a rare. So its effect is choose an opposing fort and deal 3 damage to all creatures at that fort. So it's essentially Gluttony of Albert, but shrunken down. So it does not target the creature, it just targets the fort. So you can get around stuff such as 0. I mean, it's not going to destroy it, but you can do 3 damage to 0 and then attack it. But then it's also got a reference effect, which is if you have a yellow 1 or 2, you can draw a card. So essentially replaces itself. I do like the cards that do that, because you're not losing any of your hand resources. So I think this is a pretty decent card. It's kind of cool that they're showing some red-yellow effects. I think the only ones that we haven't seen are like red-green or green-black effects. But someone correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe those are the ones that we have not seen. Or a blue-black or blue-red. I feel like red and black primarily stick together, but it's kind of cool to see this yellow thrown in. But anyways, last card for today is Growing Touch. It's a 2-drop green spell, and it's a common, so you'll be able to get a few of these. But its effect is put the top card of your deck into your resource zone. So this is awesome. I mean, playing an early game essentially lets you stack up those resources faster, lets you play your bigger stuff quicker. And yeah, I mean, with just that alone, it's awesome. But then it also has a reference effect, which is if it's a yellow 5 or 6, you can put the top card of your deck into your resource zone and put one of your resources on the top of your deck. So essentially you'll be drawing a card that you want on your next turn. So I think this card is really awesome, and this one would probably be worth being a rare, but I'm fine with it being a common. I mean, it'll just be more available and cheaper to buy if you don't pull them from the packs. So anyways, let me know what you guys think about these cards down below, and be sure to check out Dragoracle and the Facebook page, as well as my Twitter. All those links are down in the description below, and as always, thanks for watching.